Thank you for making time for seeing me today. I know, probably more than most, what a big night tonight will be, and that we'd all rather be at home resting up for what will prove to be an amazing evening of celebration and frivolity. I want to apologise for any angst or issues I may have caused. I've been looking forward to this event ever since my cousin sewed the very first stitch in her own white dress and took that amazing leap from girl into womanhood. She became, as I hope to become, an inspiration to all little girls in our society. I understand I'm in a little bit of trouble for the alterations, but I thought red was flattering, and everyone says it really suits me. And anyway, don't you think it's quite appropriate? I mean, I love white. White is fashionable no matter the era. It's timeless. Yes, my mother and I read the rules about dress length and size and permissible accessories, and we both understand why these guidelines are important. Far be it from me to question your sage advice. Honestly, I'm excited at the prospect of representing my community and being the best me I can be. I know that's the whole point of the celebrations. But it's not as though a little bit of red here and there, on the neckline, around the sleeves and at the bottom of the dress. It's not as though that little bit of red takes away from the sanctity of the night. White is only symbolic, really. Isn't it? No matter what anyone says, I'm not trying to stand out from the crowd or in any way undermine the values inherent in the cotillion. The other girls could have altered their new dresses if they wanted to. In fact, some of them did. Didn't you see Jessica with those little blossoms pinned so carefully around her plunging neckline? Pretty obvious where she was trying to draw attention, wasn't it? But no one pulled her aside, didn't they? Just saying. It's clear we have all sacrificed, and I don't use the term lightly, sacrificed a lot to make sure that tonight goes off without a hitch. I personally have friends and family who have travelled from far and wide to not only witness the proceedings, but to take an active part. For example, my uncle has volunteered to personally present me to our tight-knit community, seeing as my father is no longer with us. How disappointing will it be for him if he is not able to make a contribution to the night's festivities because of a little bit of red trimming on an otherwise unblemished and perfect white frock? And my mother, my hard-working mother, has spent hours volunteering to cater for this event. Our kitchen is, as we speak, full to the brim with delicious treats ready for all the esteemed guests to enjoy. And yes, she's been a bit tearful, a bit sad. She worries that you will think she has indulged her daughter in allowing the little bit of red trimming and that this will spoil the night for everyone. But I'm her only daughter. Would you deprive her of the opportunity to witness her only daughter being presented to our leaders all because of a little bit of red trimming? Look, I'm not trying to diminish the work that has gone into making this day possible. If I may, I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for your selfless efforts and the many difficult hours it has taken to ensure that 12 virgins are sacrificed to our perfect gods tonight. All hail the perfect gods. I'm all for it. I just question the obsession everyone seems to have with the pure white dress. I mean, let's be honest, it's not as though this dress was intended to stay white, was it? Like, when I take the amazing leap from girl into womanhood and fling myself off the edge of the volcano, all hail the perfect gods. This beautiful white dress is bound to get a bit dirty, isn't it? It's purpose made and totally single use. And are the perfect gods, all hail the perfect gods. Really going to deduct points because of a little bit of red trimming. Ladies and gentlemen, I propose to you that if our supreme rulers, all hail the perfect gods, are that picky, then they certainly wouldn't have allowed Hazel with her, and I don't mean to be unkind, but her unfortunate premature balding issue to walk the 1,000 steps to the mouth of the volcano and sacrifice herself, would they? This is an exclusive club, I agree, but I don't remember seeing a sign that said no hat, no shoes, no sacrifice, let alone anything about a little bit of red trimming being banned by the dress code. And while we are on the subject, may I be so bold as to bring up the subject of the so-called virgin sacrifice? Like, I'm not trying to start any rumours, but you must have heard about Laura, right? And I'm the last person to pass judgment. I will, of course, leave judgment up to our vengeful masters. All hail the perfect gods. But there's a reason Laura asked me to tell her parents that we were having a sleepover last Saturday night, when every cult member and their dog knows she was actually going to exorbitant lengths to prove her virginal worth to Jamison Jr. behind the communal prayer house. A virginal worth she hasn't, might I add, had the right to claim ever since our sacred deities commanded that we purge the world of the heathen brethren across the road and bathe in their sinful blood, when Laura, and others who shall remain nameless, took it that one step too far. I wasn't there that night, just so you know. And even if I was, isn't it a little bit hypocritical of Laura to then get away with swaggering around in her holier-than-thou attitude, wearing the flawless white dress designed by you, our respected and totally still alive elders, when it's like totally an unspoken fact that she's completed rituals that would make even the immortals blush? All hail the perfect gods. We are none of us perfect. Let's admit it. We've all watched young women don the official white gown tiptoeing up the face of the mountain to be the source of our community's absolution. And in the back of our minds we have wondered, does she really deserve the glory of propelling herself into the fiery depths of an active volcano? Has she really remained pure and true to the cause? I'm not trying to slut shame. Seriously, Laura, you do you. Or you do like anyone. We all know you will for a compliment and a handful of sanctified lamb's bones, and don't even get me started on Karen. Full disclosure, we'll all do anything for our 15 minutes of fame. That's a one small step for virgin, one giant leap for virgin kind. I'll acknowledge I've had my doubts. I can't pretend that when my dear old dad was dragged to the sacrificial altar and made his, some would call it selfish, escape to live in the woods with the pagans who blaspheme against our idols, all hail our perfect gods. There wasn't just a little bit of me that thought, good for him. I was young, I was confused. But don't we all go through a phase when we wonder, is it really time to release my immortal soul from its flesh prison for the greater good of our gathering and free my ghost into the great unknown? Who knows? But it's just a little bit of existential dread that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with our beautiful towering mountain and its smouldering, smoking, fiery pool of endless lava. Although, full transparency, I do have a slight fear of heights. But I love the heat. Also, I'm a casual smoker, so I can't complain. Nothing gives me cause to complain. And this is what I really want you to know. I am happy. And I am proud. Proud to have been chosen for this day, and happy you have given me the chance to explain my reason for the little bit of red trimming. For all the girls that come after me, I want to set an example, albeit a short-lived one.